Oh boy, oh my goodness. Ooh. Keruga, the macro sage. Used in 5-color Fires of Invention, Enigmatic Incarnation, those enchantment-based decks. Yeah, but fantastic in Dinosaurs. It's not a companion just because I use some creatures and spells that have a mana value 3 or less, or less than 3. I would have to have my spells 3 or more, then Keruga could be a companion. So that's alright. I just slapped a copy in as normal. It's a dinosaur. Lovely. Could benefit from cost reduction, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, hello and welcome to tonight's absolutely fantastic Dinosaur Hippo action. My oh my. Oh boy. It's going to be a stunner. A little bit more card draw is always quite nice, I must say. Oh, I'm going to shift myself over a bit. Scorpion, how's it going? Hopefully all is well with the cat. Hopefully my kids stay asleep. We went to a drive-in movie. It's pretty fantastic. Big screen out in the open. You have to tune your vehicle to a certain radio station to watch the movie. The kids did not last long. But yeah, it was good. It was good. Either way, just have to check that my head is the right bit. Oh, you don't have drive-in movies. Oh, hey. It's kind of rough. This was the last one of the season. It was a little bit cold, so you couldn't have your windows open. But that's all right. It was awesome. Charlie Brown's Christmas. We didn't even make it through all of Charlie Brown's Christmas. They had a adult side for action movies. Then they had a kid side with those Christmas movies. But a baby that is under a year old and a 3.5-year-old, you combine that in the back of a car with 2 adults, that's a recipe for not going so well. But it was worth a try. It was a very good experience, though. No? Okay. I just have my screenshot to make sure whenever cards in game are, showing that I'm not covering the power and toughness there. I think that looks good. Turn that off. Okay. Yeah. Oh, McDonald's or KFC. Oh. I don't know. I like KFC. McDonald's. I like McDonald's Junior Chickens, McDoubles. I think most places around the world have McDoubles and Junior Chickens. It's interesting to see how different restaurant chains change and what they offer, how the quality, perhaps, of the food differs. And KFC. I don't know. I guess KFC, maybe. It's all good food. I love it. I'm not too picky, as long as it tastes pretty nice. But tonight, 22 lands. Last night I got flooded quite a bit. Of course, that could be variance being at 23, so we dropped it down to 22 tonight. That does seem pretty crazy. If you're new here, I only play Dinosaurs, and you may be thinking to yourself, all these costly things, how do you play them? Of course, my favorite way is Marauding Raptor, Otepec Huntmaster, cost reducers, play extra a turn. If you play multiple a turn, it's as if this thing helped for the multiple creatures. It could tap for 3 in a sense if it helped to play 3 things. Then Topiary to grab a basic, as always. Wayward, the big power to reduce Galta, which cares about total power. And that copy of the Great Henge too. Oh, no companion in this deck, Heaven. Unfortunately, when you have a creature that can be a companion, it takes up this bothersome space there. Just kind of condenses it. Fortunately, I don't have a wide range of mana values, or else it would kind of spread out there. But yeah, Keruga, not a companion, no. Oh, you saw the turn 3 hasty Galta. I'm happy people got to see that. The plane crash, if anybody is wondering what that is, that's the new clip. Yeah, crash and burn. Either the opponent's chances went down in smoke, or my own chances went down in smoke. Rough stuff. Yeah, hopefully all is well with you, Heaven. Anybody else watching right now later on? Maybe you've wondered about Keruga. If you're playing a dinosaur deck, might as well put a copy in. It shouldn't be a bad thing, even if you just draw one card. It's not the best thing in the world, but I would imagine you're drawing multiples. You could have a Wayward Swordtooth and a Topiary Stomper. Boom. There, you draw 2. Maybe Wayward and Regisaur, you draw 2. But at least you should be drawing a replacement at a bare minimum. Sometimes 3 and 4 and that sort of stuff. Now, yeah, I definitely should have done the plane crash for that play last night. But you might see a guy sneaking in here. I want to give myself a sliver of a chance against Selesnya Angels, even though I don't expect I'm going to face them tonight. I had my weekly Selesnya Angels match. Seems like I face them about once a week on Explore and Best of 3. Much more common in Best of 1. But I had an extra spot. I thought, we'll slap it in. It's a pretty good body. It's something that has that mana value of 3 to maybe draw off Keruga. And even though there is one copy with Lead the Stampede to Digging, there is a okay chance to see it. Of course, I could up the number of Giant Cindermaw, Rampaging Ferocidon, not get caught out by Selesnya Angels quite as much. Although, taking down something with life gain, it was mentioned last night when I faced him. Toxic. You get an opponent to 10 poison counters and they just lose. And that's how I've won against Angels before. It doesn't happen all the time. Usually it's too little too late. If you can give double strike on Tranix Rex, if it hits twice in one combat, they would get 8 toxic counters, and that could be a very surprising thing. Embercleave, of course, gives double strike, a few other spells, but something to keep in mind. Or, if it had Toxic 5, that'd be pretty good. It only has to hit twice to kill the opponent. And there are a few things that add Toxic to the creatures that you have. Up it by 1. If it says a creature gets Toxic 1, it's like Tranix Rex will give 5 total poison counters. Haven't explored that too much. I don't know that it's super necessary or good enough that I should add it in, because everything else is somewhat locked up, at least for myself. But I say we jump right into it. The Bouncer's Beatdown still in for the black stuff. Greasefang, Sheoldred, all of those. Tranquil Throwback still, 4 copies. Ooh, love it, love it, love it, love it. Bloated Contaminator, yes, absolutely. Finn and Bloated Contaminator. Actually, why don't we take a slight divergence? We'll get into the matches in a brief second, just because I like to get a big sample size on one particular list, make as many minor changes as possible. Then you see them in all kinds of situations. Some nights it is going to be a lot of flooding. I have no fear of, showing that. That's just how it goes. That is a fact of life. So when you hide that fact sometimes, it doesn't sit right with me. If other people hit that fact, I want to try and be as open as possible, and certainly being live, it's pretty open. But we'll start off typing in Toxic to see every card available in Explorer that has that value in their name. Not collected, just in case I don't have a few. But yeah, Bloated Contaminator. I think you mentioned it before, Scorpion, or maybe it was other people. 3 for a 4/4 trample. Hasn't shown up much, at least in Explorer. There's not a super good Toxic deck, I don't think. I haven't really seen it. But when Bloated Contaminator deals combat damage to a player, Proliferate. I think the main thing is the Proliferate. Yes, absolutely. In Brawl decks, this would be quite devastating. You want all the best creatures, maybe cherry-picked a little bit. That certainly fits the bill. But I think if I had to go with a Proliferate something, Proliferate, you choose any number of permanents and or players, and you give each a counter of each kind they already have, so they get an extra poison counter. Oh, Planeswalkers as well. But I was kind of turned off by that because Bloated Contaminator has to deal combat damage to get to proliferate, to up it. Where was it? What was I thinking? Oh, I was just looking at it. Proliferate. Oh, okay. We'll type in proliferate. If I spell it right. No, that's definitely not. Prolife. Okay, close enough. Yeah. I would think so with Serith. Serith giving creatures that are tapped, that you control, Death Touch, and then if they have Trample, you only have to deal 1 damage to kill the blocker. The rest continues on through. Yes, definitely. I would assume the Bloated Contaminator hits pro-life rate. Proliferate. Pro-life rate. Oh, excuse me. I think the hot dog I had at the drive-in movies went downhill. Yeah, absolutely, Joshua. The Mirex, I was wondering about that actually. Maybe upping the man lands to 1 or 2 copies. Sometimes that's a little bit funny. I have been screwed over by Cinderglade before in the past. It's been, say, the 5th or 6th land. I really have to have it enter untapped. But then it doesn't enter untapped because I don't have 2 basics. And then I'm not able to play, I don't know, Tyrannix Rex, where if Cinderglade was basically any other land, I would have been able to perhaps play Tyrannix Rex. Something like that. But the Mirex, though, that's untapped. Could tap for any color as long as it entered the battlefield that turn. And then, worst case scenario, you make the 1/1s. Of course, it's not so good with Marauding, but yeah, upping the Toxic or Proliferate a bit. Just making it so Tyrannix Rex has to only hit 1 time. First Strike Death Touch. Oh, Glissa is a glistening example of an amazing card. I've been scared about it. Bolt's been wondering about this. Yes, Unnatural Restoration. 1 in the green. We return a permanent from our graveyard to our hand. So we return that Regis or Alpha the opponent destroyed. And then we proliferate. We get an extra poison counter on the opponent, but we would have to proliferate twice to get 2 extras. So I didn't really like that point. Oh, yeah. I was using Karn's Bastion before. I remembered there was 1 land I was using about a week ago, I think. Yeah. It's a land. That's good. I got Wayward Swordtooth. If the lands are a little bit higher, there's an increased chance to play multiples a turn. But with this and the Proliferate, I like it. I like it indeed. Maybe I connect with Tyrannix Rex. I don't have enough to proliferate with this. But then it comes around to my turn next turn. And then I proliferate. Then they're at 5. Tyrannix Rex hits again. They're at 9. Maybe they sweep the turn after that, but this is still sticking around. And I proliferate a second time, getting to exactly 10. Whew. That'd be devastating. Something I'll keep in mind. Maybe we get an even better proliferate. Of course, there is a dinosaur that proliferates. I don't want us to forget about Huatli's. I like really pronouncing the H there. Huatli's Raptor. Green and white. 2/3 vigilance. When it enters the battlefield, proliferate. That seems pretty good. I've always wondered about adding it in, but I don't think it's worth it enough to make sure I have the white for this. I don't think I would want to mess up the mana base, the lands and whatnot. But something to keep in mind. I should try it at some point, maybe with 1/1 counter dinosaurs. That sort of thing might be pretty lovely. But yeah, just something else that might proliferate. Or the double strike. Get the opponent to 10 poison counters. A little bit better with Tyrannix Rex. I mean, we could just do expand the sphere. That was the main thing I was looking at when I was thinking about this. Look at the top 6 cards, put up to 2 from among them, onto the battlefield tapped, we wouldn't do any. We would just choose 0, and then we would get to proliferate twice. We don't put any lands, we don't put 2 lands. Yeah, for 4, proliferate twice, win the game, as long as Tyrannix Rex has connected twice. You get to exactly 10. That's pretty good. Pretty good. The Orion dinos could be fun. Oh, dinos do have a lot of ETB, 100%. Regis or Alpha, that's lovely. You get another token. Topiary Stomper, another basic land. And also that Marauding Raptor could be massive. I mean, you could bounce 4 dinosaurs, they re-enter. Marauding is a 10-3. However, if I was going to do something like Yorion, I think I got something up my sleeve. An enchantment from March of the Machine Aftermath. Utopia Sprawl isn't legal, unfortunately. I wish Utopia Sprawl was. That would be absolutely divine. Oh my goodness. Guess it's a little bit off to the side. Let's slap it in here and see if... There. That's a little bit better of a position. But similar to Yorion, Joshua. However, maybe a little bit better. Costs about the same. We don't have to pay 3 to put it into our hand, and then pay 5 or 4 with cost reduction. But 3 a red and a white, so we have to pay a little bit less. It's a little easier to pay because we only need the 1 white. Creatures we control get +1/+0 in haste. That's good. More power, I like it. At the beginning of our end step, exile any number of non-token artifacts, creatures, return them to the battlefield at the beginning of our next upkeep. So they would be able to attack. They have the haste with this. We get all those duplicate enter the battlefield effects. They all happen again. Another token from Regisaur. That sort of thing. Oh, yeah, it is, well, it's a fairly new card. March of the Machine Aftermath came and went. It was a very small set. Very interesting. Not very popular of a card. Certainly many more people know Yorion. I think most of us know Yorion. But I think if I had to choose, it'd probably be this. I would imagine an enchantment is a little bit more durable than a creature, and Yorion's effect only happening once. Maybe that's still enough to take out an opponent, but in case it's not, doing this every time would maybe be a little bit of an inevitable thing. We would get them eventually. It's pretty cheap, of course. I'm pretty sure it's pretty cheap in paper, and I got the whole playset. I think one day I'll do it. It's not completely redundant. That ability there, you only bounce them once. It's not like you could bounce them for each time that you have a copy of this. You couldn't go back and forth at the beginning of your upkeep. That would just happen once. But duplicates, you would give your creatures +2/+0, +3/+0. So it's not like extra copies go to a complete waste. Just kind of like a little bit. Yeah, well, something to keep in mind. If you're wondering about bouncing or recurring bouncing, enter the battlefield effects, maybe that'll do it. It has an immediate impact. You play it, your creatures get bigger. So it's not like you have to wait until it comes around to do the bouncing. That's also pretty good. Huh. But Hipwo, the dinosaur hippo, Keruga, hopefully we see it come into effect tonight. Hopefully the flooding is a little bit less, but you never know. Sometimes you can't escape that. Actually, I need another drink. 1 second. I'll be right back. Only cast it with Court, huh? I would imagine it's pretty... Yeah. Absolutely Rex Farewell. Something to counter, something that exiles everything. Which Farewell does. That would be good. Oh, this... Yeah. Definitely wasn't keeping that first hand. It only had one land. Not very nice. But this one... It looks like we're going to get the Great Henge. Possibly on turn 4. Wayward Swordtooth reducing the Great Henge to 4. Hopefully it goes good. Yeah, I gotta send Keruga to the bottom. I really want to get that Great Henge, and I'm glad I remembered Rockfall Vale is not Rootbound Crag. We need 2 or more lands to have it enter untapped. Oh, phew. We still would have been okay. We got the Stomping Ground, but it would have been awkward, excuse me, not playing Marauding there. Yeah. Oh, look, we got Mono Green Devotion. This is absolutely divine. This is exactly what I would want to face, because they don't interact often too much. So we get pretty much the best chance to go off. And we have basically the best possible hand I could hope for, even after mulliganing. Oh boy. We might not be able to play Huntmaster next turn, if we don't draw another land. Great Henge for 4, it only taps for 2 green, and we need a source of red to play this guy. Not too bad yet, not too bad. As long as we maybe draw a Topiary to draw a card off the Great Henge, or if we just draw land, we should be feeling pretty good. That's a lot of mana though with that Woeful Haven. We'll see, we'll see. He wouldn't die because the counter from the... Oh yeah, the Henge, yes. Yes, lots of people, absolutely, they do forget about that point. That's okay. That's okay. That's why I love it so much. Now we just have to hope they don't storm the festival too bad. Or Nick... Okay, I jinx myself. Yeah. But that is why I love the Great Henge so much. When you have a Huntmaster or something that would die to a Marauding Ping. Now it doesn't with that counter. It doesn't come up too often, but when it does, you're like, ooh, that's pretty sweet. Well, we're not dead yet. Phew. Oh, my goodness. They only had 1 mana left. They couldn't activate Nykthos, which was very funny. Creature. You can do it. Creature. Oh, we got a creature, folks. We're off to the races. Okay. When you have a creature, make Castle Garenbrig. Just do its ability to make 6 green so you're sitting on it, so you don't forget to do it. As you play stuff, then you don't have enough mana to... Okay, we got another one. Look, we got another 2 Carnage Tarns. 2 Carnage Tarns.
Dang! Oh.
And a Regis or Alpha. Go time. Maximum aggression. Well, we got to do something. Huh. I'll go with Kiora. Either way, I think we're dead. Sadly. Nissa is good. I kind of like taking out Kiora if I have the potential to try to do it. Just because Kiora can draw them lots of cards. I'm scared of them drawing lots of cards. Multiples off of Storm the Festival and that sort of thing. Not a fun time. Nah. But I didn't expect to kill it. I had to do something. I wanted to get creatures out of there. I've got lovely creatures. I've still got a Regis or Alpha, so you never know. Oh, Nissa does give them so much mana. Whoa. Hey.
What? What in the hell just happened? How did he do that?
I guess in that case, the car driving ahead is the opponent, and I'm the one saying what happened, because... Alright. Not sure why they did that. Yeah, I guess maybe they figured they weren't quite dead. Huh. Alright, well, okay, I'll take it. Toyota AE86. I really gotta watch Initial D at some point. Yeah. Legendary car. I don't know too much about cars. Only Camaros. I like Camaros. 1967. Lime green with 2 black racing stripes up the middle. For whatever reason, that's stuck in my head as the car I want. But I would kind of like to try. Oh, my car is green. I don't think I've shown you guys my car. Remind me if I forget after this or tomorrow. Lime green. It's pretty good. A dragon green metallic is the name of the color. I think I'll keep it like that. But yeah, the enchantments that Mono Green Devotion has, Wolfwillow Haven, the enchantment from the Old Growth Troll on a land. Sometimes I've always wondered, could it be pretty good to bring in Back to Nature or something that hates on enchantments? Would that be a really good angle to attack on? I've never explored it, well, too much. But that's a lovely hand right there. Beautiful stuff. Again, the first hand, not great. This one, we got a bunch of lands. We got more lands. Perfect. Marauding, Topiary, Wayward, Lead the Stampede to hopefully lead us towards a win. Crossing my fingers. Red, and you got it repainted green. Okay, yeah. Mine started green. Fortunately, I had to pay an extra $500 and this is it. How could you ask for anything better? We were about to play Marauding, but we drew Huntmaster for the turn, and of course that's what you want to play so that Marauding doesn't kill it. I love a good turn 3 Cavalier of Thorns. I don't know about you guys, but that's a thorn in my side, you could say. However, we got an okay-ish chance. Of course, we're going to play Topiary Stomper. We don't have an extra land in hand with Wayward to play. If I had 2 lands in hand, I would play Wayward. I get to play an extra one, and I know I would at least have one on the following turn. I know I would actually be ahead on that following turn. But we should be turning on Wayward, hopefully. I mean, we could just be dead, of course, Storm the Festival doing its stuff. Hopefully it hits 2 Dorks or 2 Forests. It's very funny when that happens, even though it's not very often. They're looking at the top 5 cards and there's usually something. Okay, Karn. Karn's not so great. Okay. Excuse me. We're not dead yet. We have 1 turn left, but we're not dead yet. Don't believe we can bust through with what we have, sadly. And of course, Karn turning off the Great Henge. We can't tap it for green, but we still get its ability, its static ability, which is quite nice. That's something. I'm going to play it out though. We'll see. This opponent is in silver, so perhaps they will stumble or something. Ramp to Polyraptor, Joshua. That is a good one. It's been a little while since I've done Polyraptor, though I must say it is pretty fantastic. It's hard to top it, and we got new art for Polyraptor too, which was extra good. Yeah, I'm just going to go with Tyrannix Rex. I was thinking Lead the Stampede there. Maybe I would get another Wayward Swordtooth, get to play it, that sort of thing. However, I'm going to pressure Karn a wee bit. See what happens, test the waters. course, I don't imagine I'm... Oh, okay, so we take out 2 old growth trolls. They still get a bunch of ramp. They're going to have a bunch of ramp anyways, but now they have 2 less bodies. That devotion from the old growth troll still applies to nick those, plus now it's an enchantment enchanting a land. So they get extra mana, not just the devotion from when it was an actual creature. But hey, 2 less bodies on the board, you never know. We might not be dead, but there's about a 95% chance, probably high 90% chance. There's a 100% chance that they search for Portal to Phyrexia, making us sacrifice Huntmaster, Marauding Topiary. Oh my goodness. Well, I've never played against Mono Green Devotion in my life. My oh my. There you go. Yeah. At least I know what's going to happen. That's a fun thing too. It is rough. Of course, I could diversify the sideboard, but funny enough, I don't face Mono Green Devotion too much, which maybe that's just luck, variance. Of course, there is a lot of different decks that you face here. But Pithing Needle, something to specifically hurt Karn. Something for 1. Even if they besage you, to destroy it, we still get a land from that interaction. And that extra land that Beseju gets us could make all the difference. So it's not totally bad. I think, yeah. It was interesting to see that they didn't make any changes with the recent ban announcement, but I can see what they say about things being quite diverse. I don't mind facing mono green, especially again because I like to, go off. Because we have a small window. They don't interact. It's nice for a change, even though, hey, interact with my stuff, I'll still get the lands, I'll get there in a stable way with Topiary or Wayward and stuff. Emrakul, It would be cool if Emrakul was not banned. I don't mind facing too much. Maybe if it was some sort of turn 2 thing that sometimes won on turn 2. I think that's kind of wacky. Even though it's not very consistent. You might face it a few times and it always goes off on turn 2, but that would probably just be pretty bad luck, I would imagine. Something that does a turn 2 win, it's not going to happen all the time. I don't think. In most of the cases. But Emrakul, actually, Emrakul isn't banned in Explorer. Don't think. I could swear it's not banned. Yeah, no. It's been used against me. Oh, in Commander. Oh, yeah. Yeah, in Commander. Ooh. I can see that being problematic. Definitely, Revoker, Pithing Needle. I've always wondered. I gotta get a Pithing Needle. Pithing Needle couldn't be just absolutely lovely against basically any deck. Mono white humans, you shut off Mutavault. Or Faceless Haven in mono blue spirits. That's a big creature. Liliana of the Veil, mono black. Fable of the Mirror Breaker to copy tokens. Castle Locktwain for black stuff to draw a card. Green. Yeah, I might do Pithing Needle. Maybe Sorceress Spyglass. Pithing Needle's older brother. Costs more. Does the same thing. Or maybe it would be younger brother. But I like Sorceress Spyglass because you get to see what's in the opponent's hand. That's always been interesting to me. Question is, do I want Lead the Stampede to maybe get something for 2? I think I'm going to do it. I didn't get something for 2, sadly. But we will get to play Galta next turn. We're going to make a total of 7 mana. 6. only need to make 6. Okay, we'll get Ghalta. But it is interesting to see a deck like that. They can grab anything from the sideboard. Very, very good. Pretty devastating, I must say. Oh, they grabbed... they tapped for Nykthos, and they got Nykthos off of Cavalier of Thorns. I hate when that happens. It makes me shed a tear. Not actually, but it's about as good as you could hope for. We're dead, but just always interested to see how bad it actually gets. And no, I could possibly do something. We'll see. Maybe I face Mono Green Devotion multiple times tonight. That would be extra wacky. But yeah, overall, I'm just surprised I don't face it more often than I do. Well, they only got 27. It's not 30. You got to look at the silver lining. They might only cast 2 regular Storm the Festivals and 2 flashback Storm the Festivals. And, now we'll pack it in. I'll stem the pain. We'll move on. Sometimes you get it done. Sometimes you don't. Pithing Needle, of course, and anything with vehicles. You play that. You name Parhelion 2. Greasefang, well, you can't crew it, which is pretty good as well. Although Pithing Needle tends to get blown up, destroyed by whatever decks, because it is a pretty efficient way to shut down some key strategies. People at least can destroy a non-land artifact for 1 quite easily. There's a lot of stuff that can do that, or just a non-land permanent for 1. It's not a big hoop to jump through. Okay. Mono Green Devotion, round 2. Let's go. Jackal Mane. I don't think this is mono green. It's something blue related. We got the Jin Gitaxis avatar there. Sometimes the avatar is maybe to fake out your opponent. You choose Chandra. They think you're mono red, and surprise, maybe you're not. Could be good. I think I'll keep it. We got 2 lands. We're on the draw to Lead the Stampede. It's kind of nice to see. Blue. Okay. Let's think. Oh, absolutely. It is a solid trade. Rootbound Craig. I think it would be nice to have another source of red. A source of red that I don't have to take 1 life for. Oh boy. Oh, they don't have a counter spell or a kill spell for 1 or 2. Huh. Okay. Oh, Rockfall Vale. Beautiful stuff. We get to play Giant Cindermaw for 2. The second Marauding for 3. And hope we don't get blown up by Ritual of Soot. Something like that. I'm just going to go as aggressive as possible. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it. No sweeper. Okay, that's pretty good. Would imagine they do something to Topiary Stomper. Sadly, we can't play Carnage Tyrant. Castle Garenbrig would have entered tapped, and we still would have been left with 3. That's how she goes sometimes. But it will enter untapped now. We're getting a forest with Topiary. We're at 4, 5. We can make the 6 green. If they sweep us, we will still be able to get Carnage Tyrant next turn, no matter what, as long as they don't have a Thoughtseize or something like that. Yeah, that was oh, okay. That's pretty good. Huh. Well, I already have two of my 4 Maraudings out, so they're only going to exile 2 more from the library. That's fine. Could have been worse. They paid 4 to exile my creature at instant speed. I'll take it. Not bad at all. No Thoughtseize. Oh boy. What's going to happen? Either way, we're going to draw a bunch of stuff. We got Lead the Stampede. Hopefully we draw a 6 land, so if we do lose Carnage Tyrant, we'll probably grab something we could play, and yeah. I like it. There goes nothing. Oh boy. Surprise. They must have something. Hopefully we get the alternate art for Carnage Tyrant. If you guys didn't see that, with the special guests slot thing with the Lost Caverns of Ixalan, they have a bunch of other stuff that is alternate art, reprinted. It's pretty fantastic stuff. Trade with this token, yeah, we'll get it out of the way, not have to worry about the potential of it. Hopefully no Shieldred's Edict. I was actually getting a little bit worried there. Phew. Scared myself for a second. But yeah, the alternate art for Carnage Tyrant. You gotta check it out. What are they thinking? Memory Deluge. That is pretty good. They can flip that token or transform it. I imagine they will be grabbing a land, at least in playing it. Huh. I imagine they want to flip it to make a total of 6 power to trade with Carnage Tyrant's 6 toughness. About to find out. Good. They let me draw 4 for 3. Paying 3 to draw 4. That's alright in my books. Doesn't get much better. Again, either they counter this or they leave the 2 up to make 6 for Carnage. Seems like maybe we'll be trading with the Chrome Host Seedshark. Hopefully that's the case. There we go. We can't get rid of both, but we will get rid of the thing that I want to get rid of. That Seedshark. Not a fun time. I don't want them to keep making these incubator token things that they can transform and make into creatures. It's just very scary potential. Maybe they have another Seedshark in their hand. Hopefully that's not the case. But we refilled our hands. We got a 4 for 1. Whew. I love it. And we got a bunch of lands, a decent enough amount, with a little bit of cost reduction. They still have not killed Huntmaster. That is very interesting. I'll try for Topiary. We'll see what we get. I want to maybe get some more lands out. I can go another Lead the Stampede or Wayward. Probably Lead the Stampede. Maybe they were ready to counter Venusaur Alpha. That could be. Oh, okay. Very good stuff. We get up in lands. Hard to deal with a land. Oh, they're going to be absolutely wild, Lord Judgment, 100%. Look at this. Oh. Again, I paid 3 to draw 4. That's what it's all about when you have so many creatures. And I have to discard now. I have to discard. Oh, I've never had to discard in my life. Well, that's not true, but usually I'm in a top deck war. So I like the position I'm in. I'm okay discarding. It's a strange place to be in. Scary for the opponent because they see the doom that might happen. But yeah, this is already pretty wild. It's about to be raised to 11 after Lost Caverns of Ixalan comes out. Oh, I forgot to click next. Never mind. Keruga to draw even more. I think we'll get rid of the Waywards, yeah. We don't have extra lands. That makes sense. Yeah. Maybe if I had a few more lands in my hand, perhaps I would keep the Waywards. Still pretty good. Still probably going to turn the Wayward on, or I would. They got to be scared at this point, man. Maybe they have a counter spell. Well, we're just going to play Tyrannix Rex because it has haste. See if they were going to have removal for Huntmaster here. Surprise. Can't counter. Carnage Trend, you can't counter. Oh. Memory Deluge for a 7, you're tapped out. Although they might have had a counter spell, but that was now the only thing they could do because I did that. Okay, sweep, do something. They know we are going to recover pretty fantastically, seeing all that stuff. But they have to sweep to live. They have to do something to sacrifice everything. I can go Huntmaster for 2 and Regisaur for 4. I have a total of 6 lands and at least 2 sources of red. So even if they took out everything, oh my god, that's not going to do it. Call an ambulance.
Ruthless aggression.
Maybe if I draw another, well, not a Marauding Raptor. They exiled the Marauding Raptor. Okay, more lands. I'll take it. Let's go. That's okay. That's okay. We're still looking good. We got Regisaur Alpha. They only have 1 mana. Boom. They better be packing the heat every single turn. Another sweeper. Oh, they got something up their sleeve. Oh, another land as well. Well. Try Carnage Town for 5. We're still left over with a total of 4. The 1 extra green from Castle and the 3 other lands. So we could play the Regisaur Alpha in my hand that they don't know about. That'd be good. Maybe this will get them to try something out. They're ready to counter Keruga, perhaps. Oh, okay. Never mind. Get him. Get him good. Trumpeting Carnosaur. Yes, absolutely, Nate. Big time. There's going to be a lot of game changers. Trumpeting Carnosaur, we'll see how well it does fit, just because I do love heavily green stuff. And having Trumpeting Carnosaur needing 2 red, I'm a little bit worried it could be awkward. Some turns maybe needing 3 red if I want to play Huntmaster and Trumpeting Carnosaur, something like that. But we'll see. Most excited. Okay. I'm still not... probably Galta Stampede Tyrant, yeah. I made a little video about Galta Stampede Tyrant there today, and just because I play so many big dinosaurs, playing Galta Stampede Tyrant, entering, putting all the other creatures I have in my hand onto the battlefield, everything having haste with Regisaur. Lovely stuff. If I had to pick, it would be Galta Stampede Tyrant. Ooh. But we're facing off against a deck maybe with counter spells and whatnot. I'm just going to trim all the copies of Galta. Shifting Ceratops. This can't be countered. This can. They have a bunch of blue stuff, which is good. Tranquil Throwback though. I should probably bring that in. Let's bring that in. Alright. trim a couple copies of Huntmaster just to get back down to 60, but well, I don't think they do too much with the graveyard. Tranquil Throwback, taking out a Meat Hook Massacre, maybe a big incubator token thing made by that Chrome Host Seedshark? Seedshark, yeah. Nuclear. Oh. I know. I'm just happy that the Gish-ass baby, it's a what? Something. It's an interesting name, hard to pronounce. I have to sit down and figure out how exactly to pronounce it, but yeah. I'm glad it's a uncommon. It's pretty good. Gonna be pretty cheap. I love things that do lots of things. I mean, for 3 instant speed, 3 damage, that's pretty good. It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it, or have that potential. Gwyneth, okay. I imagine they would kill some of the stuff that we play. Not a problem. But yeah, the Discover 5, 7/6 Trample. Oh. Hopefully you have haste. Or maybe a little bit of protection on the Trumpeting Carnosaur. I still love the Carnage Tyrant. Of course, those things have the same stats, both being 7/6s. But I just love this. So scary for so many people. Hard to deal with. I know it should likely be sticking around if it does land, but I am definitely going to try out basically every dinosaur that could possibly be pretty good for some reason. It's Gwyneth. Huh. Okay. I think that's pretty easy to pronounce. I like it. I'm going to go with another Wayward. Maybe we draw the Great Henge next turn. Maybe we draw out on removal on something that's not really doing a whole lot for us. Pretty nice. The first one ate a Go for the Throat. It's Gwyneth. Yeah, it's Gwyneth. Huh. I think that makes sense. Yeah, we'll gain 4 life. We don't need to worry about exiling the opponent's graveyard. Haven't seen them doing much graveyard strategy things. 4 life seems better. Wonder if they're going to kill this. They have another Fatal Push. Interesting. Yeah, anything with flexibility. I mean, look, Tranquil Throwback. That is flexibility right there. Exiling graveyards, destroying artifacts, enchantments, gaining life, helpful against maybe something aggressive, that sort of thing. Ooh. Interesting. So we got a hit off with Tranquil Throwback. Maybe they don't have much removal. More. Oh, another one. Well, I guess we'll play it. Okay. I mean, it's not the worst thing to be gaining a bunch of life like this. Pretty good. I mean, certainly Tranquil Throwback. It could have been a costlier dinosaur that I wouldn't have been able to play at all if they were in the same scenario here. So this is a pretty good worst case. Possibly, I've been thinking about running Palani's Hatcher just as extra chances to give haste, because sometimes I don't see Regisaur to give other dinosaurs haste, or I do see it and of course the opponent kills it because it's pretty good. So having, well, maybe not all the Palani's Hatcher, perhaps it's going to be like a 5th or a 6th Regisaur Alpha. I might consider it something like that, or I use the whole playset to give dinosaurs super haste pretty much all the time, every single game, every match. I would hope to see it. Hope to see the nice speedy potential. And it is good we got rid of that extinction event. It seems like that's maybe the best thing they could do. Where's the next land? I would have hoped to see it by now. Just keep gaining life. It's not that the opponent is really aggressive. It's not the best matchup where we need to gain life. But yeah, where's the next land? Quarter of the way through. Only seeing 4. Nuts. Oh, a few. We got it. Oh, all right. We're tapped out. Do I like... we're going Regis or Alpha. Let's do it. Hopefully Regis or Alpha is sticking around. But 2 Chrome Host Seedsharks makes me feel not so good. Any spell they play, it's going to be an incubator token. Then they'll transform it. Paying 2. Going to get out of control. And especially rough since I've played 3 of the 4 Tranquil Frillbacks. Which I was thinking could destroy those artifact Phyrexian incubator tokens. Oh, metamorphic alteration. Huh. Interesting. I mean, it's not removal. I'm still left with something. It's a little bit unfortunate that Carnage Tyrant doesn't have haste now. Nuts. But we get a thing. They can't counter it. They can't kill it. Phew. Of course, with Cavern of Souls, Trumpeting Carnosaur couldn't be countered, like Carnage Tyrant can't be countered. So I imagine in a lot of cases, Trumpeting Carnosaur should resolve, it should land. You get that Discover 5, you get fantastic value. And now will we just be dead? Got a lot of tokens there. Not so fun. Well, maybe we draw the Great Henge. I lead the Stampede. Or I can play Keruga. Draw 2 cards. That'd be good. But I mean twice with Lead the Stampede drawing 4. That's pretty cheap to draw so much. Don't think I'm coming back from this. But I'm still pretty healthy. We'll stay with it for at least a few turns. Certainly would be nice to have removal for that Chrome Host Seedshark though. I would like to play it. We gotta go Carnage Tyrant. We know they're gonna pay 2 to transform one of those biggest tokens. So this incubator here that has 4 counters on it. They have 2 mana. It would trade with that Tranquil Frillback, so we can't attack. I don't imagine we would stick the Great Henge, but you never know. Okay, that's pretty good. Good-ish. Okay. Okie dokie. The Sheoldred's Edicts. Rough stuff. Rough stuff indeed. Nothing I haven't faced before. Tends to be a pretty standard turn of events. Kill or bounce the stuff you can't deal with, and then that's the only thing. And if it's the only thing, it has to be excuse me, has to be sacrificed. Okay. Haven't seen any black creatures. It may just mostly be the Chrome Host Seedshark, although I would imagine Sheoldred is somewhere in the mixture. Now we'll keep it like that. We did see some counter spells that previous game, so I still want to keep shifting Ceratops in. Definitely. And those Tranquil Frillbacks. Even if I don't have extra to pay for them, or I don't want to pay extra, I can just slap it down. It could be a pretty cheap creature at the very, very worst case. Certainly this hand is better. I'm not going to mulligan it because we have 2 untapped on turn 2, 2 sources of green on turn 3, at least for Topiary. Hopefully drawing a 3rd land by then, but you never know. Turbo Master, how's it going? Hopefully all is well. If you did get some sleep and you woke up to come witness the ultimate devastation of Fatal Push. Oh. Yeah, it's a fact of life. Where's that third land? Darn. Where's that third land? Darn. It's got to be happening at some point. Quick study. Well, the game is... I don't have to study it too much because it's quickly getting out of control. I'm just curious when we'll get it at this point. So it's pretty much over, I would imagine. But it's just always fun seeing how bad it actually gets. It won't take too long. It's got to be coming up. It's amusing. Okay, phew, hey, we got it. We got the Topiary Stomper. Maybe they won't they'll counter it. So it took until we got 11, 12. 12 cards in. Oh, Archfiend of the Dross. Okay. Yep. We're not winning that one. Archfiend of the Dross, there is that combo with Metamorphic Alteration. 1 and a blue enchantment. As it enters, they choose Archfiend of the Dross, and one of our creatures becomes a copy. But it doesn't have the oil counters on our copy of Archfiend of the Dross. And when it comes around to our turn, because that's the opponent's, we just lose. Because our copy has no oil counters, Archfiend of the Dross says if it has no oil counters on it, you just lose the game. Very rough stuff. It didn't really seem like it was that combo mixed in there. I should have suspected it though. It's kind of like not completely focused on that as a instant win. It's just kind of, if it happens, it's nice sort of thing. Maybe Archfiend Alteration is, or Metamorphic Alteration, that's what I call it. Archfiend of the Dross with Metamorphic Alteration. But that might be in the sideboard, and then they bring it in if they know they're facing something with creatures. I imagine maybe they wouldn't want Metamorphic Alteration to begin with if they're facing something without much creatures, although basically every deck has at least a little token, a man land that makes tokens or something. Best of three tonight. Usually best of 3. Halloween though, that was pretty fun. Blasting through a bunch of best of 1 games. Quite a bit different though. Lots of aggressive stuff for sure. I figured there would be, just because it's a natural fit in best of 1. And with the hand smoothing, something with less lands, you have a good chance to see more than you would otherwise if it was not hand smoothing. Yeah, that's all right. Oh, well, that's beautiful. A perfect keep. Perfect hand. I think we might have some sort of Doom Foretold variation. Hopefully, it's not you know what, but you never know. Oh, good. Hopefully they don't make me sacrifice it. Trial of Ambition or something. Okay, good. Oh, another Wayward Swordtooth. This is interesting. We almost got turn 3 Galta. If we had Galta in our hand, we could see her right now. But I think I'm just going to barf as much as humanly possible. Marauding for 1, Wayward for 1, Wayward for 1. And that's where it's at. Pretty darn good. Maybe I'll save it. You know what? I'll save it. An extra creature next turn. Lord Skitter's probably not going to trade with Marauding. We could have made it slightly more powerful, but yeah. I think, at the very least, one Marauding is going to die. We should be left with Wayward, which would keep this Great Henge at a cost of 4. Oh, good, good, good. Beautiful. I think we're safe. Hopefully. Attack with Lord Skidder. Do it. Oh, they're thinking about it. Oh, okay. All right. I guess I'll block it. Might as well. Oh, here we go, folks. We're off to the races. They only have one black. Bing, bang, boom. Oh, that's good for us. Draw a card. Hopefully it's a land. Oh, it's a land. Ooh. I'm liking the looks of this. We could possibly turn on both Wayward Swordtooths. At the very least, we get Carnage Tyrant. Galta, maybe. Something lovely. It's going to be nasty either way. We should get to 10 permanents. We got 5 lands, 6 with the Great Henge, 9 in total. Yeah, so we're getting there. Oh, we're there. Do I like Lead the Stampede? You know what? I'm still going to go Lead the Stampede. Oh my goodness, that is gross. Oh, ooh.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
Again, this is the 3rd time that I've paid 3 and I've drawn 4 cards. I could have gone Huntmaster, Marauding, Galta. For a total of 5. All 3 Karplusan forests, all 3 of those things for 1 red. And with those final 2 forests, Galta. And that's good. It's kind of why I want maybe more than 1 Great Henge, because it certainly packs a punch. And it's going to pack more of a punch more easily with the Pugnacious Hammer Skull, the better Wayward Swordtooth. Same cost, a 6/6, but we don't have to meet a requirement to attack and block. However, it just seems like a kind of basic, general Orzhov Midrange, white and black. Lots of good creatures. Aristocrats. I think it's called Aristocats. With something like this, huh? Whenever another creature enters, you gain a life. Whenever another creature they control dies, we lose a life. Lots of little things. I think I'll keep it like that, yeah. I like Aristocats just because of the Disney movie. My daughter loves it. Well, she used to love it. She goes back and forth with the stuff she likes. I know it's not Aristocats, but it just sounds funny to call it that. I don't like it. If I had a source of red, maybe they brought in a little bit more remove. Okay. That got a lot better. I feel pretty good keeping that Tyrannix Rex. Certainly we have enough lands to do pretty much everything we want. And we got Castle Garenbreak. We'll get there. And hope they don't have a fatal push. They only got 1 black, so maybe Marauding sticks around. Whether it does or it doesn't, we got Wayward now. We can play an extra land next turn. We could get Wayward and Giant Cindermaw. Oh, you remember the Aristocats. Good stuff. Now, one of my favorites. Ooh. I love it when they're tapped out and we can just freely do whatever we want. But let me think. Classic Disney, absolutely. It's gone, well, I don't want to say downhill. The movies are for kids. If your kid enjoys the current Disney movies, that's good. I don't know if I agree with the thing that people say, brainwashing and whatnot. It's there. Kids enjoy it. You know, we'll leave it at that. I don't dig too deeply into it. But I'm thinking Marauding, Wayward, extra land. Hey, you know what? We'll still go with Giant Cindermaw. We might not draw another land next turn anyways, so even though we would play an extra one this turn with Wayward, it still might not end up being an extra one anyways. Yeah, if I had another land, we would go Wayward to definitely be ahead. Hopefully we get Tranix Rex. I think both Marauding Raptors are going to stick around. Ooh. Actually, we wouldn't get Tranix Rex. We'll only be at... Oh, okay, never mind. Oh, we get Wayward Sawtooth. Okay, that's... it's not so bad. Then maybe Regisaur next turn. Surprising stuff. Vanquish the Horde. Kind of wondered about it at some point. It costs one less for each creature on the battlefield. I certainly imagine that can get pretty dirt cheap a lot of the time. Like, yeah, that's interesting. I guess something had to not block, because this game involves blocking and whatnot. Some creature type had to have that. Huh. Yes, they did. It is very scary stuff. A very good reprint overall for people who like Angels, and I think the art is even better. The new one they got with the Lost Caverns of Ixalan. Ooh, resplendent. I mean, it's kind of rough. Of course, last night Angels were rough, but yeah. We got to give other creature types, you know, a little bit of love. Dinosaurs got so much love with the Lost Caverns of Ixalan. I'm alright. I guess rats are kind of aggressive. They just go, so they can't block. And then, oh, well, this is not good. Adeline being a 9/6. Not so fun. Ooh, 2 Galtas. Yeah, we'll play it. We'll play 2 copies because technically I will be at 10 permanents for a brief second. For Wayward. Boom. There you go. And we're not killing him. 15. No. Not having it. Sadly. We have 15 trample damage. They could go down to 1. And we have 2 other creatures that don't have trample, which would be blocked by their little stuff. So they would have lived no matter what. They're rough. That's okay. Oh, yes, that MTG North video. I just kind of started to watch it a little bit. Yeah, I guess they can't block because he would step on them. Huh. I think some dinosaurs can't block, if I remember correctly. Rats can't block. Maybe they're just always moving, so they don't spend time stopping or something. They're always skittering. So if you were attacking an opponent, they'd still be skittering, and they wouldn't have time to worry about this big lumbering dinosaur or whatever creature is being sent towards you. They aren't loyal. Okay. A rat fighting a Regisaur. Well, I imagine a rat would be eating dinosaur eggs from Palani's hatcher. Gotta watch out for that, I guess. Rats eat eggs. A rat riding a dinosaur. Imagine a dinosaur pirate, which you can get with the Captain's Hook. Yeah, Captain's Hook. 3 mana artifact equipped for 1. Gives +2/+0. Pretty sure. Gives menace, makes him a pirate. Very, very nasty stuff. This, okay, well, there we go. They haven't killed stuff, and I'm happy for that. Oviraptors, they do, yeah. Arc crossover, oh, that would be good. Fortunately, we get Tyrannosaurus Rex, though. That's what I want. But I'm imagining a rat riding a dinosaur. I imagine the dinosaur wouldn't feel much of anything. Go time. Oh, excuse me. Maximum aggression. Get her done, have some fun. Shieldred's gonna block Tyrannosaurus Rex. If she doesn't, they die. Almost. Close-ish. Close enough, we're not gonna die next turn. Never mind. We'll get him. Dinosaur Rat Pirate. Ooh. I find it funny with the vehicles that we have in Magic the Gathering, dinosaurs driving those vehicles, especially extra funny ones. Silent Submersible from War of the Spark, a submarine for 2 blue. A dinosaur going in that submarine, sneaking. I think it can't be blocked whenever it's crewed by whatever creature. Extra funny. But can we make something good happen? That's the question. And they're mostly dead. Does it make sense to go with Keruga? We'd only draw 1 card. Or could we go Lead the Stampede and go Marauding Wayward? We could get a whole lot of nothing. So I say we just go Regisaur Alpha. We got lots of bodies. Probably get the job done. Give Regisaur haste and smack him. Boom. There it is.
Yes.
Oh. I never would have guessed I'd face something like that. They just play a bunch of creatures, but I play a bunch of creatures, and then I beat them up better. A Velociraptor like the 6 feet one. Ooh. Eek the Cat. Huh. I'm always interested to hear about cartoons. I don't believe I saw that one, but old ones as well. Sometimes I forget about what I watched back then. No. It's nice reliving that nostalgia. Yeah, that's good stuff. You have a deck you face with lots of creatures, play dinos, and they're bigger and faster and scarier, potentially. I guess that makes sense. And while they don't want to correct themselves for all the movies and shows and stuff, making the Velociraptor small, people would not like that. They'd probably riot, even though it is true. They have to stick with whoever made the Velociraptor big, whoever popularized that. And Utah Raptor doesn't have quite as much of a ring, and people might confuse it. Well, I imagine it was discovered in Utah, probably where the name comes from. Ooh, that hand's not good at all. I mean, 2 lands is better than none, of course. Nah. Okay, well, we're going to keep that. We'll send a Xenagos and a Regisaur to the bottom. We got 2 Lead the Stampedes. I would imagine we'll get to 3. We're on the draw. There we go. Phew. Okay, we're making something happen here. Terrible Thunder Lizards. Thunder Lizard. That does sound pretty interesting, I must admit. Kind of interesting to see 3 Lead the Stampedes as well, but... I guess that, yeah. Come to think of it, it's not Ranging Raptor. Some people, I think, make the mistake that the big dinosaur you see in Ranging Raptors is what it is. But if you think about it, it's got the S. It's all those things that are attacking the dinosaur in the art. And that dinosaur in the art could be very big. I haven't quite looked at it super clearly, but I imagine if you looked at it, I think that dinosaur's big, so those little things, they look little. Maybe they're not super little. They're the size of a turkey. Velociraptors. Yeah, they could swap the names. They'd probably still get a lot of things wrong about dinosaurs because we're missing so many of them that existed, and we won't ever really know because records of some of them just, they aren't around. Try for, okay, oh, have I only drawn 3, or it seems like I've only ever drawn 4 cards with the one Lead the Stampede this game. That's good. I think we'll get rid of Keruga. I must admit it's kind of rough. I want to play it if I have enough, but I don't have enough to get a really good benefit. I would like to draw more than 1 card. Hopefully. At least we're seeing it quite often. We're dead, come to think of it, but that's alright. Mono Red Devotion with Nykthos. Ooh. Nope, just couldn't quite get there. But I think we'll get there. Do I like Tranquil Throwback? Maybe. Nah. Nothing too impactful that I want to hit. Although it could gain 3 life. That 3 life might make all the difference. It's the body coming down. We block one of the creatures that they have. Perhaps buy us just enough time. Let's do it. 1 Galta. All 3 T-Rexes. Trim things a wee bit. Keep those Carnage Tyrants in. I think there's enough early bodies that should be pretty good. I don't have to bring in shifting. Then I'll still leave in Carnage Tyrant, which is super big. Can't really be interacted with. Yeah, I have heard that about the chickens being closely related to dinosaurs. And it's nice to see a lot of the dinosaurs in the Lost Caverns of Ixalan have feathers. Kind of want to risk this though. We got 2 lands. 2 chances to see the 3rd land by turn 3 for Topiary, which, okay, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Let's go for it. Terrible Thunder Lizard. Oh. I think they had quite a bit of fun with the naming for these new dinosaurs and in general, but I think they could have made it even more appealing. Terrible something. Thunder Lizard. They don't have to name it an actual dinosaur. They can be certainly having a good time with it. Creative freedom. Thunder Lizard certainly would. Well, hopefully it'd be a mythic rare. If you call something a Thunder Lizard, it should probably be a mythic rare. The Tyrant King of the Lizards. Ooh. But maybe they couldn't call it that because there is the lizard creature type in Magic the Gathering. Maybe people would get confused. Oh, we got it. We got the 3rd land. The risk paid off. We're at 4. We might get to 5 next turn if we draw the land to play the Great Henge to gain a bit of life. Maybe I'll take down another mono red opponent like I did last night. I didn't get it. That's okay. I'll play Marauding. Well, King of the Tyrant Lizards. Oh. Okay. I like that. Anything king, whatever. King of the Dinosaurs. Or Galta, Queen of the Dinosaurs. Whichever it is. I don't imagine we're getting out of this. That Great Henge would have been pretty great. Although we got Regisaur. We have 3 bodies. Perhaps we can make something work. Last night, just having a bunch of bodies like this seemed to buy me enough time. Another Fanatic of Magus, though, is going to be rough. When it enters the battlefield, it deals damage to each opponent equal to their devotion. They have 4. They would have 5 with another one, and it would not be fun. Ooh. Okay, making some stuff happen. Oh, Rex means king in Greek. Oh. Okay. Well, I gotta stop stuff. Can't let everything kill everything, so we'll take this opportunity to take him down a wee bit and gain some life. Oh boy, here goes nothing. Boom, we're up to 7. We got a 4/4 that can block. Maybe we're safe. Probably not, but you never know. Okay. Nah, nuts. -1. Shoot. Hey, whatever it is in, whatever language, if something is king and it's a dinosaur, whew, I'm all over that. Tyrannosaurus Rex. Sometimes you don't get to see the king. That's alright. Maybe we'll get an even bigger dinosaur in one of these sets. I think they'll be pretty happy to continue to print them. They can print them in any color, which is nice, so that also increases the chance of seeing them maybe randomly. But I think we're done for dinos for a while. They gave them a shot in the arm like nothing else with this set. So they'll tone it off, maybe print some more merfolks, pirates, vampires, although vampires already have quite a bit of support. Pirates and merfolk. I think if my bet was, it would be pirates next that gain a bunch of support. Megatonosaurus Rex. Elvis Rexley. Ooh, yeah. Hello. Whoever he said that. I think that's what he said. Ugh, that's not nice. Can't keep that. If it was 2, definitely I'd try it. The Huntmaster, reducing Topiary to 2 green. Would be worth a shot. Well, we got it. Send that wayward to the bottom. We don't have too many extra lands. We know Topiary is going to get us a land. That's good. Hopefully it's nothing too nasty though. I can't believe Lead the Stampede. 4 times, it might have been 5 times that I've grabbed 4 things, 4 creatures. Got to admit, that's pretty good for 3. Even if you grabbed 2 for 3, you're still digging. You're getting stuff that isn't a creature sent to the bottom so that you don't have to draw through it to more stuff to get. So overall, it packs a good punch. It does good stuff. Eventually. Ooh. Artifacts. Toolcraft Exemplar. Seen that a little bit before. At the beginning of combat, if they control an artifact, it gets +2/+1. If they control 3 or more, it gains first strike. So that thing could get a little bit scary. I would imagine Marauding is safe, although Portable Hull could be coming down for a single white to exile it. Hopefully not. Phew. Oh, we're not blocking, that's for sure. We need to make sure we can play those topiaries. I could certainly have collected company, 100%, but I would have to pass up a lot of stuff. I never liked that fact. That always hurt me. Having to pass up stuff for 4 and above. I may want to grab the Regis or Alpha, but I wouldn't be able to with collected company. I have tried collected company before though. Tweaking a list, maximizing the number of creatures with a mana value 3 or less. Sadly, they're flipping Invasion of Gobakon. It's going to be hard after that flips. Yikes. I think, well, not a specific blue card. They have Owen and blue, the combination. Partner with, I think, something else. Pretty sure. I saw blue was mentioned on one of the Jurassic Park cards. Green Sun's Twilight. I've wondered about that. Yeah. Finale of Devastation as well. If I can make enough mana to pay 10 for X. 12 mana in total to give creatures +10/+10. But yeah, I've wondered about Finale of Devastation too. It has a dinosaur in its art, which is pretty neat. But they're not quite dead. Certainly Regis or Alpha. I mean, this is good aggression. It doesn't seem like they're going to be killing us next turn. I think we're safe. It's fine by me. Alright. Blue definitely. Big time. I mean, helping to finish off some of the big final dinosaurs in the final scenes. Ooh. There should have been a blue. I think we should be safe. We got Regis or Alpha. And they're stuck on lands. Phew. That's buying us a little bit of a chance. Yeah, we're not dead. We're okay. I'm fine taking 7. I want to be dealing as much damage as possible. It's gotta be it. Invasion of Ikoria. Okay. I've wondered about that. A little bit worried about how easily I would flip it. Of course, I would use Rampaging Raptor. Yeah. Yeah, it is Rampaging. There's Rampaging Ferocodon, Rampaging Rageodon, Brontodon Rager. It's easy to get mixed up, but from March of the Machine, 2 and 2 red, 4/4, Trample Haste, it connects, and you can send that damage towards a battle, so that would be a perfect fit for Invasion of Ikoria. I just haven't really used it much. Of course, Zalortha is on the back, makes dinosaurs basically unblockable. If it does flip, we would just win on the spot, I got to assume. Probably. It'd be pretty neat to try out at some point, so down the line, I'll get to it, at least for a night or maybe a few nights. But searching for something, there's enough cheap stuff that maybe I would pay 3 in total for the X, or 5 in total. 3 for the X, search for a Topiary Stomper, get a basic land, that sort of thing. I think so. Maybe that is how Ancient Imperiosaur. I think there's probably multiple Ancient Imperiosaurs. Maybe it's more a name for dinosaurs that have done a lot or just simply been around. Something like that. Now that kind of sounds fun. That's fun to say. Dinamosaurus Imperiosus. Ooh. I kind of like it. I would like to not be at 12, but sometimes there's nothing much you can do. At least we would be able to make 6 green next turn. We can't play Tyrannosaurus Rex, unfortunately. But yeah, I guess we're just dead. They had just enough aggression and pretty cool to see them doing that with 2. Ouch. packs a punch. I guess Tranquil Throwback really could be pretty fantastic, come to think of it. We can take out a Stone Cool Serpent. It has protection from multicolored, but Tranquil Throwback is monocolored, only being green. Taking out Machiko's Reign of Truth. That might be nice. No, they got some artifacts, enchantments. Let's do it. Tranquil Throwback. I don't think we need Tyrannix Rex too much. There was 3. Okay. I meant to take out one more 61 card dinos. The new main thing. Xenagos. That's probably what I would have done. That's okay. I got some artifact hate. So we're packing a bit of a punch there. Yeah, they don't interact too much, it seems. So we should have a good chance to go off. We could see Galta early, turn 3. Maybe not hasty, but we could see it. My goodness, they're playing a lot. Oh, oh, oh. That's not a pretty sight. That's a lot of stuff for turn 1. Oh, okay. Oh my, they played their entire hand pretty much. Scary stuff. At least we got 4 lands in total. We're in a pretty good position. If we see a Castle Garenbrig, we'll be able to mix in Galta pretty quickly there. At the very least, Topiary Stomper next turn. But, yeah, if we see Castle Garenbrig, we can make a total of 6. Leave a little bit of red behind. Hopefully. We're not too low yet. At least we have a creature that can block. We scare away a little bit of their aggression. Buy ourselves a little bit of time. One day here, once they figure out what's going on. A 6/6 Ginger Boot. That's not fun. Well, then, if I get a Tranquil Throwback next turn, I think that's what I'm going to be playing. Out. Top decking turn 3. Painful. And they can replay stuff with Emery, Lurker of the Loch. They can tap her, choose an artifact in their graveyard, and then may cast it that turn. And usually the thing that they cast is the Mox Amber, which costs 0. Pretty good. And they cast it and made the Ginger Boot unblockable unless a creature has haste. We're hastily losing our chances here, but we got the top deck of top decks because now we get Galta on turn 3. Not hasty, but that's still good enough, I hope. I'm crossing my fingers. 6. Yeah, we'll attack with Marauding. We'll do a bunch of damage. We have Galta behind, which would be able to block something other than the Ginger Boot. So I think maybe we're safe. Hopefully. That's alright. I imagine we'll live. We could possibly turn on Wayward Swordtooth next turn. If we get another land, we go Regis or Alpha. We'll be at a total of 5 or 10 permanents. So we'll do it that way. Oh, okay, now. Oh, they just kill us for exactly lethal. That's pretty neat. Can't do much about that. They got a 12/12 Ginger Boot with 2 Machiko Reign of Truce. That's I don't know, with 1 land. It was this Machiko's Reign of Truth, so the first and second lore counters, they give a creature +1/+0 or +1/+1 for each artifact or enchantment they control. So, yeah, that's how she goes. Okay. Then they played another one and it entered and they put the counter on, and then they made the Ginger Brute, and then with Emery they replayed the Mox Amber to have 1 mana to make the Ginger Brute unblockable unless you have creatures with haste. I don't have anything that destroys artifacts in this list. Brotherhood's End would have brought an end to everything they're doing. 1 and 2 red. Destroy all artifacts with a mana value 3 or less. Of course, I wouldn't expect to face a deck particularly like this for... I wouldn't normally. I wouldn't bring in really something specifically for it. Regis or Alpha would have let everything block. It's very good. It's not like other dinosaurs you control have haste for a bit. On any turn, on all the turns, at all times with Regis or out, all dinosaurs have haste. So yes, we would have been able to block that pesky Ginger Brute. But still, we may not have. They could have used Skrelv the Hive Mite, given Ginger Brute protection from green. And if I only had green creatures, the Ginger Brute still would have gone straight through, unfortunately. Regis or Alpha, yes, I'm kind of surprised they didn't reprint Otepec Huntmaster, because Otepec Huntmaster has only been printed a single time in original Ixalan. It was pretty surprising. The Fog would be good, or Spore Frog. I must admit, I do like a good Spore Frog. Yeah. It is. We'll see. I know people think Palani's Hatcher, oh, that's the best, and then they realize we got Regis or Alpha. Sometimes Palani's Hatcher is probably going to be good because you would get 2 3/3s, but the dinosaur token made by the dinosaur eggs from Palani's Hatcher, that doesn't have trample, and then the token, maybe you want trample with it, but maybe you want 2 3/3s that don't have trample instead of 1 3/3. Lots to think about. And Palani's Hatcher is a 5/3. Yes, a 5/3. So it is a little bit more powerful than Regis or Alpha. Hard to say exactly. Oh, the other guy. A Knight of the Stampede. For 3 and a green, so easy to cast. 2/4 dinosaur spells you control cost, 2 less to cast. It's pretty good. Yeah. Severin, 777. Ugh. We got Boros Convoke coming in hot. Hopefully they don't have Gleeful Demolition to sacrifice the blood token, making 3 goblins. Convoking something big. Ooh. Never played against Boros Convoke ever before. But they are stumbling in the land department, fortunately. Still might be too little too late. They could convoke something here. Or just kill Huntmaster, of course. Hopefully not. Okay, well, we're not dead yet. Again, this is actually kind of funny. We faced that artifact opponent that was stuck on 1 land and did good things, and now, unfortunately, we're facing something else stuck on 1 land doing good things. Kind of seems to be the theme. The painful theme. Not a whole lot you can do other than, well, try to do the best you can in sticky situations. Okay, keep staying stuck on those lands. We might be able to start trading with some of them if they want to be super duper aggressive. I would imagine they want to. I just keep attacking with everything. Perhaps they think Topiary Stomper can block, which it can't. Although they could have Imodane's Recruiter at some point. Okay, or they have another Venerated Loxodon. That's not going to cut it. Regisaur Alpha, I guess? No. Guess we'll do that. Ouch. I know. That's what I'm saying. It's just wacky. You never know what you're going to get. Yeah, I'll just hold them back, and I'm pretty sure we're dead, but you never know. Maybe they'll be kind of timid. Of course, this is a very good case to have some sort of sweeper, and it's not the worst thing in the world. You can make a sweeper work with dinosaurs. A lot of the creatures would die, but I would hope you would play the sweeper before you play too many of the smaller things. Play the Brotherhood's End or Anger of the Gods, whatever, on turn 3, and then play the stuff afterwards. Or you play Topiary Stomper on turn 3, and yeah. Can we somehow save ourselves? We can let both Venerated Loxodons and one token through. Okay. I think that's one. Yeah. Three. Okay, that's pretty good. Huh. Wayward Swordtooth, not going to cut it. No, man. Maybe if we drew Galta or something. We did not top deck a Galta. Very unfortunate. I would have hoped to. We're getting close to a quarter of the way through, and sadly not having seen one of 4 copies. That's just how it goes. That kid, how's it going? I've been doing good. A very wide range of decks have been faced tonight. Some good, some bad. I'm not going to top that mono red match from last night. Going down to 1, playing a second Regisaur, having exactly lethal. Ooh, that's always lovely stuff. Especially when it's live, but yeah, overall, very nice. Pretty good. However, I mean, you saw what they did with 1 land. I'd be scared what they do with 2. And oftentimes, that particular deck, they only need 2 lands. Yeah, I just don't have a sweeper. I could have 1 or 2 or 3 and have less Tranquil Frillbacks. Certainly a very real possibility, especially when a creature does some good stuff. A wide range of stuff. Even if you only have a few copies. Where'd it go? There it is. When you have Lead the Stampede or something that digs or searches, you're still kind of easily able to see that thing a little bit more consistently, even though you don't have the full playset. But I think Tranquil Frillback. Trim 3 T-Rexes and a Galta. Possibly we could have Tranquil Frillback come down, destroy the Clue or the Blood token before they can Gleeful Demolition it. Maybe they don't have Gleeful Demolition, and perhaps we turn off one way for them to make a bunch of tokens. Yeah, I know, we haven't seen Xenagos tonight. It's unfortunate. I did. For a time there, I played 6, 7 sweepers. For a little bit there, I started off with Sweltering Suns because it has that cycling for 3. So if I'm facing a deck that doesn't have much creatures, I can just cycle it away if I don't need it. Yeah. Sometimes I use them, sometimes I don't. Sometimes you have 4 or 5 of a certain thing and then you bring it in and you don't see it. I just love Tranquil Throwback, and I hope that I can get the job done against lots of stuff with lots of overwhelming power. And it's not like you can win against everything all the time. There's going to be some matchups where it's just bad. Even if you have something that could hate against it, it still might not make it super duper favorable. Hopefully we get something big. We can play it now. We might have a little bit of time, I hope. And we'll take out 1 token, at least. Or none. Ugh. Maybe Emodane's Recruiter is coming down for 3. Or they Convoke. Either way, something... Oh, okay, yeah. Emodane's Recruiter, pretty big. Pretty big. Ouch. We're not dead yet. Ooh. Oh. Look at this. Folks. Look what we're about to do. It's not quite lethal. Tranquil Throwback. Yeah, we're doing that. Oh boy. Oh yeah, yes.
Call an ambulance! But not for me!
There you go. I just wanted to press something quick. I should have chosen like the initial D one with the cars passing. Next time I'll be better prepared, but surprise, buddy. Watch it. Hopefully we do that again. I'm glad I brought in Tranquil Throwback, because keep in mind, Tranquil Throwback would have been either a T-Rex or a Ghalta. Although we could have played Ghalta in that case. I would have been able to play the Stomping Ground. I would have had 2 green, and I would have had enough power. But that specific copy of Tranquil Throwback, there's a better chance it would have been a copy of T-Rex, so it wouldn't have been able to play it. The plane crash, yeah, so we'll save the plane crash if we can take him down. At least we smacked him around a bit. We made him respect the damage. Yeah. Attack me with everything, don't take me out, leave yourself completely open, and leave me with some creatures and watch what happens. Ooh, scary. I think that's gonna have to be it. We got 3 lands and 2 Lead the Stampedes. We don't have any cheap things, but we gotta keep it at some point. I'll send 1 to the bottom just because I only have 1 Great Henge. Maybe we can get it down, and that could make all the difference. Gain a bit of life, barf a bunch of creatures. It's looking pretty good. They haven't had the craziest, most painful opening possible. Maybe we're not dead. Oh, whoa, they haven't done anything. We got Topiary Stomper. We're at 4 lands. If we draw a 5th one, we make 5 mana. We play the Great Henge for 5 next turn. Oh boy. Oh my. Maybe they just have removal. We drew a removal on Topiary, and we're only at 4 lands. We need 7 to do anything with it. That's pretty good. I'd like it. I mean, we can't play the Great Henge. We still may be dead to that painful Rico Bunnicorn. Not a pretty sight. Ooh, they got Convoke stuff. Yeah. Ouch. Well, we gave it an honest effort. We got Regisaur Alpha. I kind of like it because it's 2 bodies. The token to stop the Bunnicorn. Regisaur to maybe trade with something or scare away aggression from the other stuff. And hope they don't have Embercleave on the Regal Bunnicorn. They got red. I have seen a few players slapping in the Embercleave specifically with the Regal Bunnicorn because it can get so big it makes sense. They have a lot of creatures, tokens. Ugh. Ouch. We could still do good things. You never know. Surprise them. What do they got up their sleeve? Okay. That's something. We could draw Galta, playing her for 5. We could play Wayward for 3 and Galta for 2. There's so many. Nah, we're basically dead. We're not taking 9 if we want any hope whatsoever, which there is not much hope. Yeah, that's not going to do it. We'll still play it though. And hope for the best. Not attack. We have to block the Bunicorn to not live. Okay, yeah, that's how she goes. We got him once, at the very least. That was good stuff. Yeah. Sometimes it doesn't come together. Again, a sweeper would have been good. Will I mix it in? Should I mix it in? Should I always have it in? Possibly. Of course, if you can make a sweeper work in any particular deck, it is nice to have that potential. 3 copies, 4 copies, maybe at the very least 3, just to have a little bit more space in the sideboard. 3, well, that's still a pretty good chance to see it, that's for sure, but it feels like you have to mulligan pretty aggressively to see something that you have 3 copies of. We'll see. Either way, some good stuff, a lot of aggressive stuff. That's how it goes sometimes. I had a good time though. Hopefully all of you guys did, watching right now. Later on, we'll finish off with that plane crash. Even though it's not the opponent that crashed and burned. We did a little bit. Everybody does once in a while. Still a good time overall though. Scorpion, Pterosaurus, that kid, Turbo Master. Lots of people tonight. Joshua, thanks for watching. First Rate, Nate, Lord Judgment, everybody. Right now, later on. Have a good night. Have a good rest of your time zone. Peace.